Well, here is my first e-bike ride in a long time, taking you along with me. And first I'm going to go through the RV park here. I'm kind of in the second row here. I'm in the second row here, and you might notice I'm going to have AI do the editing, so I don't know if you've seen my face yet. But if you've been with me for a while, you know in Eagle Nest I didn't wear a helmet, and I'm wearing a helmet now. Why? Well, the answer is very simple. Quartzsite is a much higher risk environment to be riding a bike around. Eagle Nest, very different. There's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of confusion, there's a hell of a lot more population. The chances of me getting in an accident are way higher here. So those of you might consider me foolish for not wearing one in New Mexico. I'm not quite as foolish as you might think. I'm smart enough to wear one here. This one actually, not that I would be riding at night very much or if at all, but it has lights on it just in case. All right, so we have a little bit of a problem here. Little slight problem. It's not quite tight. All right, everything got tightened up and we're off. Also, you might see I'm wearing a vest. Get this up a little higher. There is a bike trail up here. There's not much to see on it though, so I'm not going to go down that today. I needed to get out and get some sun. I was like, I went and saw friends I did errands, saw a bunch of friends out in La Posa South. And then I came home and I sat in the chair and I fell asleep. I'm like, this is not what I want for Quartzsite. Get up, get some wind in your face. So that's what I've done. Now, what I don't know, I need to look up. Do I need to come to a complete stop at stop signs as a bike? The answer in New Mexico is no, but I don't know Arizona, so I'm going to check that out because I don't like to be committing even minor traffic violations on camera for sure. So I will check that out pretty soon here. We're going by the town park. This is where the Rubber Champ Rendezvous will be in January. I have a vague idea where things are from here, but without a GPS map in front of me, I may stumble across a dead end or two. But this gives you an idea of little neighborhoods that are available here with little houses and RV lots. It's pleasant. There's one for sale. I don't even know what street I'm on. You can see there's a wash right here on the right and the left. Very interesting. Keeps these homes out of floodwater, I'm sure. My sense is I need to go to the right. And we'll take a right on No Name Street. Oh, and I see activity. It's got to be either Central or Main Street. I'm a little turned around. Where are we? Oh, RV pit stop. So this is Central. You see what I mean about it being a little bit more risky than Eagle Nest, wouldn't you say? And the other thing I don't know is whether or not you can ride on the sidewalks. So I know you can ride on the street, so I'm gonna ride on the street until I research those two laws. I see somebody on the sidewalk up there, but doesn't mean it's legal. So maybe do you think maybe I should have thought of these two things before I took off on the bike? If you vote yes, say so. You know I'm voting yes, I should have. So we're coming up on Main Street here. So I'm definitely going to ride on the sidewalk if it's legal. So at some point up here, I'll take out my cell phone and do a little due diligence on both the sidewalk and the stop sign issues. I think I'll pull over up here and at the 76 and see what we think. I'm going to use ChatGTP to ask my question, but I like it that they always have references of where they get their information, so you can double check and go to and you can specify why. Just listen to what I'm saying to ChatGPT. Using the appropriate government references, can you tell me in Quartzsite, Arizona, in general, do bicycles have to come to a complete stop at a stop sign? And in Quartzsite, Arizona, within the town, is it legal to ride a bike or an e-bike in particular on the sidewalk? So I'm not just asking a question of GPT. I'm telling it what to use as what is okay to use as a reference. And I'll read you the answers and where the information is coming from. It's doing a lot of thinking, which means it's going through a ton of different references here. And, I could do this myself, searching Arizona statutes, going to the town, because it could have, it, there are two areas of law here. The stop sign thing is going to be Arizona state law, and the sidewalk thing is likely going to be town. Yes, in Quartzsite and all of Arizona, if you're riding in the street, a bicycle does have to stop and come to a complete stop at a stop sign. Riding a bicycle or e-bike on the sidewalk in Quartzsite is not specifically prohibited in the town code, and Arizona law does not have a blanket ban on e-bikes on sidewalks. You still have to ride at a safe speed yielded to pedestrians. So unlike New Mexico, you're considered a vehicle, so you must stop, complete stop at side signs. In the Arizona legislature, you can't drive a vehicle on a sidewalk, and it says vehicle, according to the statute, means the device used to transport people or property on a public highway, but specifically does not include electric bicycles and devices moved by human powers. So the good news is I can ride on the sidewalk and maybe not die on the street. And the bad news is, well, not necessarily bad news, but important news is that that I have to stop at stop signs. And that came up because there are a lot of stop signs buzzing around Eagle Nest, and a couple of people got in line and said, "You're breaking the law." And I went up, got the statute, and said, "No, I'm not breaking the law. The law says as a bicycle doesn't need to come to a stop. It suggests that you go through there safely." Now, the other thing is, I have to check again. I'm getting really close to the mail service, and so far, they have not sent me information that my package is ready. I'm having a little trouble. Yeah, it's still, I'm a little surprised. In prior years, Moon Mountain has been really good about ensuring that they get pretty promptly with those notifications. And certainly we're not at, we're beyond the 24-hour mark, so we'll see. The good news there too is, because I found out at the RV park, packages can be delivered to my site by FedEx and UPS. I won't be using Moon Mountain Mail for Amazon purchases. So I don't know if you know this, but sending packages Amazon through United States Postal Service, all evidence is they're no longer doing that at all. It's either UPS or FedEx. So we don't need to worry about, because if I were to send something by United States Postal Service to my address at the RV park, because they don't deliver mail in Quartzsite, it's only P.O. boxes, they would return, at the post office, they would automatically return that to the sender. Unless it was addressed to my mail service, which does have a P.O. box there, which I am authorized on, it would go to but since Amazon doesn't do that anymore, then We're good. This is, okay, so big difference number one on day one of being in town is going for e-bike rides in town. That did not happen before. I would have had to have packed my e-bike in the truck, unloaded and loaded it, which was a pain in the neck, so I never did it. And I have the feeling I will stop and look at things that I normally might not look at driving around a truck, right? I feel a lot better. I'm so glad I'm allowed to ride on the sidewalk because I would not like to be on this busy street, especially when it gets even busier around here. The sidewalk could be risky enough. That green ambulance there is Bob Wells' old rig, and I think it says, there's a sign on there that says win, must mean there's some kind of raffle or something at the RTR this year. The Rubber Transport Rendezvous where you can win that rig. He's back into car camping now. I'm sure he could afford just about anything reasonable in the RV range, and he likes being in the car. There's lots of interesting videos he has on that, and his reasoning and why he likes it and how he does it. It's pretty cool. Oh, I knew I recognized that voice, and you're on camera, baby.
What? And you're swearing?
And I'm swearing.
How are you?
Well, I'll edit out the, did I say, oh, shit?
Yeah, twice. How you been? Finally
Good.
made it.
Yeah, I was out at camp this morning. I'm staying in town, but I was out where you are, and they said he's having his rig worked on. They know your whole life out there.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here tonight because they hit a brake line.
Oh,
and
shit.
they only got one leaf taken apart of all 8 hours today. So
oh, wow. Well, have you ever eaten there? It's pretty good. It's pretty good Chinese restaurant.
The rooms are really clean here, too.
Hope and Bentley want to say hi. She's back here.
Oh, hang on. And there's more than one back there.
These are your neighbors from last year, too.
You remember Hope?
Hey, how are you? Are you going to bite me? Are you going to bite me? Come here. Come here. Hi. Hi. You're not going to bite me, are you?
You like me.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Did you figure out the reverse on that? I mean, the cruise on your bike? You have cruise on that.
No.
Yeah. How was that again?
Yeah, you're gonna hold it and then you push the button down. I'll have to look at it again.
Oh.
I'll
Yeah,
send
but
you
it's.
out.
Well, the problem I'm having now is the headlight and taillight aren't
You
working.
want to put on your flat shoes?
Huh?
Oh, you got somebody behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Give me a
All right.
All right, Rob. See you later.
Okay. That was Herbie with My Pneumatic Dream. I'll put his channel in the. I'm amazed. It's pretty amazing to me that with a helmet on, riding down the street, I think he's even a friend of mine and he recognized me, but I think it was from the giveaway going, wait a minute, there's a big stick with a camera on that bike. It must be a YouTuber, and you look a little closer and go, hey, that's Rob. That's Travels with Dottie. So the Bar and Grill, the yacht club, it really is technically a certified yacht club, which means that like when I joined it a couple years ago, it was like $50, and they give you a list of yacht clubs that have reciprocal agreements that you go to I think I was all over the world. Not all over the world, but United States and outside the United States. Now here, if you want to go to Outback Pizza, you make a right here on Cemetery Road and go behind these buildings, and this is where you park to go to the Outback. And I'll show you where you park anywhere back here, and I'll show you where the Outback pizzas. There are two different style pizzas between Outback and Silly Al's, and I go to both, and they're both different. Will I say is one is better than the other? I will not. And there's Outback right there. Okay. Tenants only stay out. I think that's for the bathrooms there. So, the 53 RV parks, I think this was counted as one of them. There's little ones all over the place. And they're vary in price tremendously. You look to your left, you see RVs. Those are RV parks. So 53. And they're 53 in a little town like this means there are a lot of very small ones. There's several big ones, but a lot of very small ones. And they're not all going to be easily findable online. And if you want to find one, you come here, look around, drive around and look, get out, ask questions. Now I'm crossing the street here, and that's not as easily as done during the busy season. You have to take a lot more care than I'm taking. So I'm going back the other way on Main Street now. And I'm going slow because I'm going to check for my mail one more time before I go by where the Moon Mountain Mail is. You can see there's a dispensary here. Recreational THC is allowed in Arizona. So there are at least a couple of these here. There's one of them on the right, I think. Yeah. You know what? I just got that. I'm sure you heard her say to go into cruise, you hit a button. And sure enough, I didn't know it was there. And I'm going 12 miles an hour. It's a pretty safe speed. So I tapped the down button, and lo and behold, the word cruise appeared, and I didn't have to hold the throttle anymore, that's good for long distances, I think. Not good for right now because I got to wind around quite a bit. So I hope my video doesn't get out there before Herbie's, and to break the news that they hit a brake line trying to put on his leaf springs. I'm sure he'll want to make a video about that. But I think this one I think I'm going to be 2 days out on. So So Mountain Quail Cafe used to be down there. I don't know if they're still down there. Now they have 2 locations. I'll have to get the 411 on that. And I'm so confident I don't have any young viewers that y'all know what 411 means. Here's an RV park that is very empty. But let's take a look at it, which is something. Welcome to the Q View Campground. And by Q View, look straight ahead there. And hopefully, I don't know which direction the camera's pointed in. I'm not going to pay that much attention because I'm not going to kill myself editing this 360-degree stuff. But as I drive around here, I'm going to guess, and that stop sign doesn't count, it's on private property, that you'll see the mountain with the giant Q on it. Oh, they have a propane. You can buy propane here. Now, this would be very convenient to in town, but maybe a little noisy on this end near the highway. Hi. But I'm going to guess it's probably pretty reasonable price. You can go online. I'm sure you could find the name of this RV park and what the costs are. But right now, lots of open spaces. But if you want to come in January, most of these places, from my experience, are pretty full in January. But if you want solar work done, guess what? Look, it's right across the street. It's Solar Bills. Oh, here's another one. This is pretty 88 Shades RV Park. This one is pretty well known. I think, if I'm not mistaken, more on the higher end in terms of price and amenities. But let's buzz through real quick and take a look. Well, the office looks like it's down here, but look at all these palm trees. This look, I gotta hand it to him. This looks, with the palm trees and everything, this looks pretty sweet back here. See, we got a card room, library, events. What I keep hearing over and over again about RV parks is a big part of the draw for them here in Quartzsite is all the socialization that's available. And there's another, I don't know what this is. There's no sign on it or anything. Very interesting. I love the palm trees. this is going to take me a while to get ready for uploading because I'll have a I'm going to try to have it done by AI. They have a feature on their app, but there's a way to tweak it, and I'll have trouble remembering what it is because it's been a couple months since I've edited this with this camera on the 360-degree view. And this is another big kind of well-known one down here on the right. And it's, let's see, it's called, I can't remember, holiday palms. So again, more palm trees, and this one's called, and obviously they want outside people to come to bingo because this big sign says bingo tonight, 7 p.m. And there's a marquee. Look at, they say hot dogs tonight, 5:30 to 8:30, $3, 2 for $5. Just like the other park, lots of palm trees. I'm going to say at the point where they created it, they had to bring in these, I'm guessing they brought in these palm trees. Would have been a pretty penny. Or it was a grove of palm trees and they, cut roads and sites through it. That could be. It's big though, huh? Look how big it is. Yeah, it's big. Very nice though, huh? Hey, Jim, Jim, my Canadian friend Jim Bertrand probably isn't watching this video. He's such a busy guy. He doesn't sit down and watch long videos. He hasn't got the time in his life, but it's one of the kindest, and I'll get him on camera more than once. We'll do a few things together. One of the kindest, most generous men I've ever met in my life. And my friend Daryl, the same way. Daryl, I don't know, Jim will definitely be here because his wife is here. But I'm not sure about Daryl. It's kind of up in the air whether he's going to be here at all this season. I hope he is. Jim is the kind of guy, you need my shirt? And he's got it off his back and in your hand before he can even answer the question. And it doesn't matter who you are. Good friend, stranger. And when he's asked the question, and Daryl too, do you need help? They mean it. And it says exit this way. And there looks like, guess what? There's a pool here, folks. Check it out. It's a little cool for a pool, but there's definitely a swimming pool. Swimming pools, movie stars. I'm gonna guess that and there's pickleball courts. People have asked me before, are there any pickleball courts here in Quartzsite? Right there. Right there. The answer is yes. So what do you think? We're gonna get down here this next road where the mail place is, and I'm gonna look on my phone and see if they've notified me yet. What do you think? Am I gonna get lucky or no? We're right here by Silly Alice. Let me take another peek at my my inbox on my phone. There's a museum here in town. Nope. Not yet. Nothing. There's a museum here. It's right there on the right. And then the Philly cheesesteak place is right there. And then Hot Diggity Dogs. Good, I'm sure, really good. Then there's a coffee shop back there. A little coffee hut. And this is a new one I've not seen before. It's not open, but it's called Kinnicky's Bitchin' something. All right, we wait for the light here for sure. So this is the busiest intersection. It's Central Boulevard and Main Street. Busiest intersection by far in Quartzsite. And it doesn't seem that bad now, but wait till about January 12th at high noon and you'll think you're in Manhattan or something. And here we go. We're headed back home, but it's a little bit different way than we came, so you can see other things. There's Taco Mio on the left, a nice solid Mexican restaurant. Roadrunner Market, where we were this morning. And then there's Main Street Laundry right there on the right. Great place for a shower. Last year it was $11. Haven't heard that it's gone up again this year. And Basics little coffee shop. Another Crawford's Trailer Park right next door there. And there's a dog wash. I don't know if that's new or I'm just noticing things I've never noticed before. But there's a dog wash you drive up to. Dottie, that may have your name on it. So Coyote Fresh Foods on the left. Family Dollar on the left. And here's my favorite propane place. There's lots of places and options to get propane. And they're probably cheaper options than Patty's Propane, but I always go because they're reliably attentive and friendly and convenient. And so they've earned my business over the years. You pull up here, you stop, they come out. If you're an old man like me, and before I had my hip replacement, it was hard for me to be lifting things. They would take it out of the back of my truck, fill it up, put it back in. I didn't have to get out of my seat. So now I could do it. now that I have a new hip and everything, but back then it was tough. And this is Scooter's Cafe. They have, I think I mentioned it in a prior video, they have camel meat. And before you turn your nose up, it's pretty damn good. You can get it, they have to order it from either Australia or I think Saudi Arabia. But it's very difficult. Pup Camper 58 and I ate and had one, and neither one of us can adequately describe the taste of the camel meat. It was good, but it was hard to describe. So here we are, Discount Solar. It's the rival to Solar Bills on opposite ends of Main Street. Both have very good reputations. And I think there's a bike path starting right here, and it sure is. Everett's Towing and Repair, I've always said good things about them. But always check online, read the reviews, be careful. I've not used them myself, so I don't know. I just know that I hear. Take that with a grain of salt. It's a pleasant bike path. I think we're going to need a recharge when we get home, which is okay. And I know that we get to the police department up here, the police, we make a right. It's a private school. But then it says public school on the outside. I don't know which it is. Don't know anything about it. Very deserty, isn't it? And I can see our RV park off in the distance there. You can see it's close to town, but it's on the edge of town. It's perched up against the vastness of the desert and BLM land. One of the things I like about it is they have quiet hours from 10 a.m. to 8. You can only make noise between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. So quiet hours are 8 p.m. until 10 a.m., meaning no staying up late with, drinking and having a party at 9 or 10 o'clock. I think this place understands we're a lot of fairly elderly people, and we like to go to bed early, and we like our peace and quiet. And here we go. There's the office and the game room and meeting places are right here. There we are, men's room, ladies' room. We'll explore all this. Clubhouse. Or park hosts. I don't know how many park hosts there are. And like I said, I wasn't kidding. There's the desert right beside us. And I'm in my preferred location, very close to the clubhouse and laundry facilities and everything. I prefer that very much. And here we are. Here we are at home. And there's Rudolph. And you can park right up here. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining me on today's adventure.